Thought I was just going to show Mystic Champions. Absolutely not. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, I've had the ability to test 7-star Human Torch. I'm doing this the night before I leave on vacation, like getting this the last thing because I had the opportunity to test him. And I want to say a couple of things literally right now because I'm aware he is going to be for sale. I believe it's going to be called the Heat Wave sale. If this video, if there's any chance this video will cause you to go outside of your entertainment budget for this sale, remember, no champion is, objectively worth it, right? This is fun. No one feels bad spending money on golf clubs for their hobby, right? You shouldn't feel shame or badly for that. But I'm literally giving you about 10 more seconds before you start to see the absurdity of this champion. And it's not going to just be Mystic Champions. Go watch one of my other videos. Go do something else for yourself. Yes, that was a rank 4 Doom in 31 seconds. Oh, you thought I was just going to show Mystic Champions? Absolutely not. I'm doing this video because, well, I want my viewers to know what's potentially available, or if they do decide to go for this, what they have on their hands. Or, God, if you go out and you are able to claim Human Torch and you don't rank for him, what are you doing? Watch this video all the way through. We're even going to show him with class disadvantage towards the end, and it's not going to be against Korg, okay? I shocked myself with this. I showed the pre-fight in the very first fight, but well, all these fights are very, very quick. And they're all against rank 4 defenders on the CCP map. If you're not familiar with how he works, you obviously want to use him in Mystic matchups and in matchups where they're doing energy damage. I can see why Kabam felt comfortable putting him into the game because the game has grown. Like even like Onslaught, I did this when I tested the 6-star rank 5 Ascended, but there's a difference when it's actually the 7-star. This is a 7-star rank 4. It's early in the video, and I'm going to say it. If you have him and you don't rank for him, why? That was a rank 4 Sentinel. Let's go ahead and move on now to a rank 4 Enchantress. Stuff that people just completely forget about Human Torch, I think, is he's also dual immune to Incinerate and the Cold Snap, and then the thing that comes along with that, again, everything Frostbite, I think it is, right? He cannot miss when his temperature is up to 10, and you're basically it's pretty easy to keep that going. You can see we're taking the blocked hits from the Mystic Champions and energy damage. We have 20 temperature. Once you get to 10, you literally can't miss. This is like bonkers stuff, right? This is like how I talk about Pursuit and how it turns off Evade. And it's like, it's not ability accuracy. It's not a debuff that can be shrugged. It's not a buff on you that can be nullified. It's like he just literally can't miss. One of the biggest, most annoying things about Enchantress is that you miss after, trying to get her to throw the heavy, and she just 5-hit combos into your block over and over and over and over. And then you finally get her heavy and then you go for it. This is again, every fight is a rank 4 Human Torch, because if you go out and you get him, take him to rank 4. I'm sure there's gonna be rank 4 in the sale, right? I'm doing a prediction video and there's gonna be a lot of rank 4. I feel strongly about it. It would be bonkers for there not to be. And if you go out and you get him, like, why would you not? If you're not familiar with this, Nico Minoru I have a rank 3. She has won me so many fights in Battlegrounds on defense. I will actually be eventually getting out a how to fight her video. It's going to be really important. She is not what you think she is. She's a phenomenal dual threat champion. And yes, she is going to want very certain counters. Human Torch, though, gets it over before the problems can start. This fight, I think this fight was like 30 some odd seconds. Because why not? Because they all rank 4 Sentinel. It was 28. I'm sorry. The rank 4 Sentinel was 48 seconds. Yes, Photon. Like I said, did you think I was just going to show you Mystics? Come on, get used to it. This is my channel, man. We don't do that kind of stuff around here. So here we are. The one thing I'll point out at this, remember, I'm always going to point out, I never want to mislead y'all, is one thing that is different here, right, is if you're a Battlegrounds player, you might be able to make this work and do it, but you kind of want her hitting into you to get your temperature and your smolder going. Remember, once you get to 10, you don't miss, so you can hit into her, you can parry stun her, which is really, really wild. But if you're doing all of this, you're getting the debuffs on, which will, if you're a high enough tier Battlegrounds player, you're going to be going up against Despair. Lower tiers, if you're not like Celestial and Mysterium, probably even Quantum, you might not have to worry about it at all. But if you're questing and there's a tough Photon fight, there you go. That's a rank 4 SIG 200 Photon in 37 seconds. This is wild stuff. Rank 4 SIG 200 Kindred, in my opinion, a really good defender. I think Kindred's one of like the great defender designs out there. If you mess up, you have serious problems. And one of the things I wanted to test, and this is where, like, you know, I did the 6-star, I did the video just to see what it'd be like, but it wasn't until we really got the 7-star is, how does the block proficiency hold up? And I do have with the Captain America relic. I know that the Ant-Man one, I think it really accentuates power sting debuff. They really call it debuffs in particular. And the Captain America one is helping out with block proficiency with Human Torch. I think that's, if there's an issue, that's where it's going to come in. Is champions who don't have energy attacks, right? And so they're not powering you up with your temperature and your smolders, or if you can't parry or they just hit your block. But when you get a fight done in 27 seconds against a rank 4 Kindred, I don't know. I'm okay losing a little bit of health in order to get that little bit of chip damage. But I think the relic and then, of course, speccing into the block proficiency is really, really helpful. Now I want to test it against a rank 4 Sig 200 Sasquatch, one of the biggest health pools in the game, if not the biggest health pool, right? As he gets his rage stacks, he's going to be reducing the amount of damage he can take. And I was like, I want to see how this goes. Right? I just want to check this out. We're evading the special one. So remember, even when he's not in rage, I think there's still like a 10% chance to stun you if you block it. So make sure you you still dex out of that portion. And I think you can tell because it's in this video. And I'm going to show you a negative one, actually, too, just so you can see. Because, again, I want you to have the full picture. He's in Wrath of Tanarak, and I was like, let's just full send. Let's just go for this, utilize our striker, and he's just going to Nova Flame out. He wasn't even through with his first stack of Wrath of Tanarak. I meant what I said. When I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I will claim him. I will not rank him nor use him until Kabam at least says, hey, here's when these champions, these trophy champions that are really, we should call them chase champions. They're like sale chase champions. They're not what I call trophy champions anymore. When Kabam states how they're going to come into the game, I will consider ranking them up and using them. That's at the advice of viewers from live streams and stuff like that. I just don't like it. I don't like that they're coming in sale all the time, that we don't know how it's going to come to free to play and low to spend. And like, honestly, like, not most people don't have just $800 or $1,000 to drop on sale. But I know people really get excited about it. I know they spend on their hobby, and you should not feel badly. If it fits within your budget, go for it. Have fun, man. Like, you know, geez, treat yourself every once in a while. I don't think there's anything wrong with that if it fits within your entertainment budget. And holy crap, is this a hell of a treat. Now, I'm going to start moving on to the analysis phase as we just continue to watch him. And again, I got more non-mystics for you that, yes, are meta defenders. You see in Battlegrounds, you see in Quest, you see in tough fights. 43 seconds for Rintra. Here's where this can go a little sideways, and then I'll get into the full analysis. It's actually a really nice segue into it. Is, you know, we do have champions like this that exist now where, you know, like Zola, where they have these non-contact to hit. Obviously Shuri, the big problem with Shuri was always she would eventually go untouchable, right? Because she would throw the heavy, you're trying to bait the heavy. And so you're going to see she actually does some pretty decent damage into our block. Now, this is also an AI that was very willing just to 5-hit combo over and over and over into my block. So that's why this is the worst of them. But again, I didn't like handpick fights. I just did fights. If I messed up, then I redid them. But if it was this, I showed you what was real. I want you guys to see what the AI is like, what you can expect, how this is going to work. You know me, I don't try to show off a champion. I want you to know what's available with a champion. And when you can get it down in 37 seconds, it's okay losing that much health from chip damage. This is obviously a 7-star Absorbing Man. If they're willing to release 7-star Nick Fury, Future Ant-Man, and Human Torch, 7-star Absorbing Man has to be coming at some point, right? He's a really tough defender. You want to get him, you want to make sure he doesn't go to his, I can't think what it's called, but his energy damage phase, right? He has so much energy resistance. But also, I purposely did not punish that heavy here. I wanted you to see Human Torch also handles healing for you, spare, and all of that. So those Nova Flames, which is the pre-fight, take on the same properties basically as the Incinerates. And do you want them awakened? I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what the Awakened ability really does is give you a chance to get your Nova Flame ability back at some point in a quest, if it's long enough. I don't think you're using him in questing anyway. And let me, hold on, I don't think you're using him as like a lane clear. I think there might be a very tough fight on a lane, and you'll use him for that. Bosses in like story content, obviously like EOP or Wheel of Fate style, like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Obviously going to be an absolute menace in Battlegrounds. And this feels to me like something I say is like, if this champion is not usable in war, then war is dumb. And I feel strongly about that, because this isn't just like some crazy nuke with like 1 or 2 pieces of utility. Like, this is wild utility, flat out can't miss, immune to these things, right? His damage is passive, cannot be shrugged. It even like works with anti-healing, basically, like with the spare and stuff like that, or the incinerates, as if they were. Like, they really knew what they were doing with this, and they've released him into the game. He is incredible for so many of, honestly, the current big bad defenders. He is good for a lot of the past ones, like you're seeing with Mephisto. Like, eventually we've got to see 7-star Mephisto. I've showed Doom, we showed Rintra, who is in the game, Sasquatch, who is in the game. He is phenomenal for them. Like, if you go out and you get him, congratulations, have fun. But also remember, no champion is necessary. They just aren't. That's not how the game is. It hasn't been going a long time. And as big as the game gets and as complex as it gets, one of the positives is that no champion is necessary. And I really, really do like that about this game. So please don't feel like you gotta go get them. Do not do that. I cannot mean that more. And then I decided to test this. I still don't truly fully know how to fight Lumitrix. When I do, you will see a how to fight Lumitrix video from me. When I go and I test them on the CCP and I learn how to fight them, I am only going to do that if I'm making a video. That is a big thing for me, and you guys know that. So I went in. I know I got destroyed by Lumitrix once in Battlegrounds. He had a mist, and I was like, I just want to see how this goes. I literally just want to see how this goes. I fought him like 3 times. He went unblockable a couple times. It seemed like if he threw a special while he was invisible or whatever he calls it, he would go unblockable. So it's like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't know how to evade his specials. So I just want to see, can Human Torch do this? And what I want to point out is the attacks from Lumitrix do not appear to be energy. See, we have 0 smolders. So we're not even getting that benefit of fighting a Mystic or an energy dealing champion, right? We are not getting ramped up by blocking these hits. We're taking damage. But if you watch this all the way through, you're going to see we finished this fight at not an amazing health pool, but a decent one. I don't know how to fight this champion. And we're going to get it done in just barely over a minute with class disadvantage. Like, oh, and yeah, for those who don't know, I knew what I was doing there. The special 2 has a stun, a guaranteed stun. You can go in, you land mediums, get your Nova Flames, get your Incinerates, damage going, utilize your Striker. I mean, this may be the most wild champion I have covered in a series of very wild champions of late. Kabam, in my opinion, has really shown a lot of confidence in their game. Nico Minoru is wild, but she's not broken in the way this is broke. Like, this doesn't even make sense, but God, is it fun. So as I've said multiple times, and hopefully if you're on the channel and you know me, right? The game needs money. It doesn't need your money. It doesn't need my money. I will almost certainly be spending on the 4th of July. Unfortunately, I will be traveling. I usually live stream this. We do the analysis. I do a live opening. We have a lot of fun. I won't be available for that this time. So, but I will be getting out the best champion tier list. We're doing my top 30, my own personal, and then of course with the general tier list with the whole knowledge from me and the MC Illuminati. So make sure you keep out for that on Saturday. And Kabam mentioned something about like CCP codes or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do, but if somehow I get my own code, I would love it if you could use mine. Make sure you go to the store if you're participating. But remember, no one should feel any pressure to participate in any sales in any way, shape, or form. Everything that's available historically has come for free just by playing the game, and that's why I will claim him, but I will not rank him up until we know for a fact that he will be available to free players. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.